Hello, Skytear family. Have you missed me? This is Ian, and with me I have one of my best friends in the world, Eric Wainwright, and we are here for another open-handed Skytear gameplay. Eric, how are you tonight?
I'm doing great. It's been too long. I'm looking forward to this.
It has been too long. You went out and did pretty well for yourself in Skytear, and they went and updated some of the rules. So you pegged me here and said, hey, can you come back and give me one more game? Let's show the world the new rules, and let's just have a good time. So I'm excited to play another game of Skytear with you. And Eric, I brought some special friends with us tonight.
Ooh, tell me more.
I brought two of our OMG friends. I brought two of the rules experts of Skytear with us. Tonight we have the Tim Bunn and the
Hey everybody.
and the Tapeworm himself, Joe. Welcome, Joe.
How's it going?
So,
Well, this is great. This means that they can help me learn these new rules so that I can try and do well next year also.
Sounds good.
yeah, talk about learn new rules. It's been a minute since I've played this game, so I needed them so bad to help me figure out what in the world I'm going to be doing tonight. But I'm excited to get a game in. So, Eric, one of the first things I want to do is I want to pull up some lists that you built for us tonight and show everybody what we're going to be playing. So the first one is the list that I'm going to be playing. And so, Eric, why don't you talk about what you did with these heroes and the card choices that you did?
Yep. So this is one of, I don't know, there's a lot of different ways we talked about deck building in the past, but here we've got two main heroes. It's Brilvar and Vorhild in the middle. They just have the good, strong blue, green, and yellow cards, presence, charms, redirects, sinkholes. Sinkhole is new now, has a little bit different text, but we'll talk about that as the game goes on. It could work, the new Smiaj card. And then we have two heroes that are aggressive, the Golbjorn and Korjov. I heard from a couple people online that the Golbjorn combo deck might be a real thing now. Not that it wasn't before, but especially with the new rules about how conditions work, he might be even better. And so that's a lot of cheap things with a rampant hatred on top, so that you can maybe do some crazy stuff, and even one Eye of the Guardian to really maybe go crazy on combo. And then if you get a more controlling matchup, we've got a Street and Harald, and you'll notice that if you pick all those four heroes on the right-hand side, there are no one-drop spells, which is kind of one of my specialties. So if you're in that control matchup, you can lead from the top with confidence, which might be important, since we now are going to have fewer cards at our disposal.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to using this list. And I enjoy both a control and the ability to go and take out some heroes. So this looks fun. All right, Eric, I'm going to pull up the list that you're going to be running tonight. And why don't you tell us about the heroes that you chose here?
Yeah, so I did double duty here. I'm also playing the No Hero Left Behind. I'm playing this against Matthias in week 1. And my the thought behind this was that I wanted to use Kamaya and Shadris for their slows and her ability to reduce people's line of sight, to maybe push people around and keep them out of control zones. Similar to your list, though, the two characters on the left, Sathiru and Habarat, are going to try and get some kills while we're also messing with you with Shadris and Kamaya. And then the two heroes on the right, Shafathi and Miyuki, is all kinds of control stuff, and with Miyuki putting on conditions and trying to just make their lives very difficult. And again, lead from the top of the deck should be fine with those four heroes on the right-hand side.
Now, are you trying to tell me you're a stone cold killer now? You're not a control player anymore?
I have dabbled and even made, one online match made RG happy, so I have it in me. But yeah, Worlds was much more leaning towards control. We'll see what 2023 brings.
Awesome. All right, well, let's get back to the Skytear game. All right, so our plan was, so everybody knows, we're just going to jump in and we're going to start playing. And as the new rules come up, we're going to let Tim and Joe jump in and talk to us about it. And throughout the course of the game, you're going to be able to see both my hand and Eric's hand. And we're going to openly talk about the plays that we're thinking, the lines what we're thinking. And we've told Joe and Tim to jump in and help me as much as possible. Eric gets no help. All right, so you've got the coin ready to go. And I'm a heads man.
Tails never fails. It is Tails. Since I built both these decks, I brought the Terror of the Endless Night, so no matter what, that's happening.
All right.
Let's see. For VCs today, we've got Bloodlust. Defeat 2 enemies heroes, same friendly hero. Skytier Master, lead the Dome 3 times. And everybody's favorite Onslaught. These seem like pretty aggressive conditions, which normally means going first, but I just can't do it. I can't do it. I'm just going to give you the flux and take my punishment and see if you can punish me with some type of crazy combo beginning turn 3.
All right. Well, I'll do my best, but
Music to my ears.
yeah, we're going to do it. All right. So we've got our victory conditions. We've got our hero. Now it is time to draft. You ready, Eric?
I am. So right off the bat, I think we should mention that you don't have the same spawning spots that you used to have.
Uh-oh, where am I supposed to put my heroes?
We've
So
got
they
these
up.
two icons there on the map. They're showing the
Perfect.
little Nexus symbol.
Yep.
All of those
lost-
are eligible spots.
Now,
And so
one other thing that is glaring at me, I see 3 minions on each side here for a total of 6. This looks new.
That is new.
it's a flashback to way back when, right? We started with 3 back in version 1. And then we went to whatever, I forgot what the second one's called, but now we're back to version 1.5. So we're back to 3 minions, but they used to be 3 across, and now they've made them bend a little bit towards your own side. I think one of the things Giacomo said that was nice about this is now from every starting spot, a melee hero can get to a minion, which was not always the case with the past setups. So that is interesting, but also I'm interested about how this changes turn 1 plays, because in the past there's a lot of times like if you weren't going to win it, you might as well just let people have the lane. Here now, every time, if you do lose by just 1 before, you'd still lose all your minions. But here, if you lose by 1, you get to keep a minion at least, so there might be some more back and forth or more interesting lane play.
Yeah, that's really cool. I'm excited to see how it plays out. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and draft my first hero. And I see a couple of aggressive type victory conditions and 1 Skytier Master. So that leads me to look towards these 4 heroes on my left here. But I think I know for certain, even with Skytier Master, I'm taking Brilvar. The man just owns the dome.
It's a solid choice.
The man owns the dome.
All right.
I'm very interesting to see with the new worship for Leothan how many times people have armor now. If it's going to be more, if it's going to be about the same as before.
It's going to be always, Eric. I'm always armored.
It's possible. Alrighty. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm also going to go the aggressive side, which is my Sethuru and Habrat list, but I'm probably just going to put down Kumaya and Shadris. So there's no benefit lane-wise. I mean, slightly lane 1, obviously, if we push, is slightly better than lane 2. Shadris is probably going to meet your man Brilvar in the dome, which is not actually where I want to be doing. I'd like almost anybody else to mess with. But I will put Shadris, who's a melee hero. Actually, I'm going to have 3 melee heroes doing this, which will be interesting. And then Kumaya probably, turn 1, is just going to go on out to lane, and then she'll try and do her funny stuff, maybe with Shadris' help. But I want to kind of keep those 2 guys together. So I'm going to move them to the right side, to what I think is the more important side of the map.
Okay. Well, you named this list after Gilbjorn, so I feel like I have to take Gilbjorn. And that'd be crazy not to. You named the list after him. So I think I'm going to put him here in the center. Give him a little flexibility to go either way. Not sure what you'll end up doing. Sadly, you are making me go first, so he may be one of my last ones to activate. I definitely want to take Korjoff and Vorhild. I'm not sure what I want to do with them, and they're both great in the back row. So I'll throw Korjoff over here.
So I would suggest keeping your Korjoff near Golbjorn, so that if you get the combo off, you get extra skirmish damage, like if you're multi-doing.
So talk to me about the combo. What am I wanting to do? What are the pieces that I'm trying to put together between Golbjorn and Korjoff?
So Golbjorn's going to hopefully be able to attack multiple people with his skirmish ability. That's his alternate attack action.
Yep.
And you have a lot of ways to up your armor or your skirmish stuff in general. And so if you can get a turn where you can put a couple of different abilities on him to up his skirmish damage, and then he's attacking 2 guys, that's great. And Korjov's passive says as long as Gilbjorn is shapeshifted, he's going to get +1 more. So it's not a huge deal, but it's, you know, every little bit counts.
Yeah.
All right, I will trust you, and I will put Korjov near Gilbjorn.
Alrighty, so now you've also put him on this side, and I really don't want my 0 armor heroes facing against Gilbjorn, but there's no space on the other side of the map. So
You have one spot left.
There is space, but you wouldn't want to overcommit. Yeah.
maybe, yeah. So I can put the through there and just push the right-hand side, and then poor Haberot has to defend, which that's really what Haberot wants to do, right? I guess Haberot is going to scare Korjov from getting too close, but I think I'll keep him on the outside because somebody has to go to lane 1. And then Sethuru, probably this gives me the most options. So you can still switch lanes and just stay away from that battering ram that is Gulbjorn if he needs to, but he can also jump into lane if that happens. So I think that's what I'm going to start with.
All right. And I will, last but not least, bring in Borhild.
Alrighty. And I'm going to try and clean up here if it lets me throw this stuff away. Alright, so what's a couple things that are happening? We're only going to draw 5 cards to start the game. Ian?
What?
Yeah.
That seems like not very many.
It seems like not very many. Our hand size max stays the same, but also every round, instead of drawing 2 cards at the end of the round, you're only drawing 1 card. So cards are probably going to be at more of a premium.
All right. I'm going to draw my 5. All right. We get a mulligan of some sort, right? Remind
We
me?
do get a mulligan, and you get to go choose first.
So Joe and Tim, I know you can see my hand. My hand looks totally fine to me.
Yeah, I'm not upset about this. The reality is you don't have any of the combo pieces. I mean, if some of the stuff that helps the combo, but none of the actual damage part of it. So if we're trying to assemble that actually, then we might need to mulligan some of this stuff. But if we're just trying to play a good clean game here, I think this is a totally fine hand.
Yeah, so where I am with combo decks is, if they happen naturally, I'm all for it. But I feel like sometimes when you try to force it, you miss out on plays that your opponent can capitalize on because you're so focused on one thing. So I think I'm happy with this hand. So Eric, we're talking about, like, I've got three mana cards that if I'm forced to lead somewhere, I feel good about it, and I've got 2 1-mana cards that let me, have some active play in the opening turn if things come up.
So I mean, and I was about to say the same thing because I only have 1 3-mana card here, but I think with the new rules, like I used to with how much cards we got, I was leading in all 3 areas from hand almost every game because you got just enough cards to fill your hand back up. I think with the new rules, I'm only leading at most once from hand in turn 1. So it depends on what those other 3-mana cards are that you have, if they're actually things that you want to play on turn 3, or in your case, turn 2, right? If you have something awesome for turn 2 with your flux, it might be worth keeping.
Yeah.
Right.
But you might be wanting to dig for some 1 or 2 cost things that are going to be relevant sooner. I don't know for sure.
And don't forget about the errata to Sinkhole.
Oh, remind me, yeah. So I'm pulling up Sinkhole right now.
The new text reads, place the AoE on target hex within 2 hexes. You may move each hero hit 1 hex. So it no longer has the movement restriction on the card. Other than that, it's the same.
Okay. So what I'm showing on the screen is the new text, is what it... Yeah.
Excellent. Sorry.
No, so it's good to know. I forgot all about there being an errata to Sinkhole. So
I mean, it has a couple of pretty big implications.
Mm-hmm.
It used to mean that a melee hero could just be stranded nowhere doing nothing for a whole activation pretty easily. And then the other thing it lets you do is push someone outside of the AoE, which is very relevant sometimes. Because used to it had to end within the AoE, but this can let you push someone out of range even further than they were before.
Yep, so it lost some utility and gained some. So
cool.
I think the most frustrating thing about that card was, I mean, there's a lot of frustrating things about it, but I think one of the biggest complaints was having a melee hero that just got locked out of having a turn. It felt like another
Siren Song.
a street siren song, exactly. Yep.
No, it makes complete sense. I know it was one of the most frustrating cards to have played against you and one of the most satisfying cards to play. So
That's how you know they designed it right.
Alrighty. Ian, you good with your mulligan choices?
yeah, I think I'm okay.
Cool. Is this an okay place? Can you see my hand?
Yep, I've got it on
Okay.
screen. And
All right. So I am going to keep the one Wind Blast probably to lead from Dome with, because I think still leading from Dome is probably the most important place to lead. Probably I lead from deck on the outside lanes if I lead at all. I've got Whispers of Nupton, which is insane here, because all 4 of these guys can cast it and get one of their illusions out, be it Shadris to save a Sethuru, or get a Sethuru illusion out so I can Shattermind somebody else. 2 Shatterminds seems great. I might be able to get an early kill on like a Korjoff or even a Goldbjorn, although that's always dangerous with his ult. So the only card I'm debating about is Open Fire. It's a 2 mana card that can help me clear waves, which if I lose one of these lanes, maybe is very relevant, so maybe I want to keep it. Just so I don't lose on that while I'm being aggressive. I think that's good enough reason for me to keep it. So I am going to stick with my hand as well.
Sounds good.
yeah. Okay, well, are we ready to play some Sky Tier?
Let's do it.
All right. So you are making me go first. Oh man. I don't like it.
So I think before we start, somebody, Tim or Joe, should just talk about the different on worshipping on Leothin, because it's going to be real relevant here, and Ian does not know what's happening.
Yeah, so the big change to Leothin's worship is now when a Leothin hero declares a worship, they're going to shapeshift themselves. In addition, they get to place another shapeshift token that can also be on themselves, getting them 2 shapeshift tokens, or another one of their Leothin heroes within 3 hexes. The nuanced difference is that you can no longer do the old exhaust and worship trick to keep your status effect. So you'll lose one of those 2 shapeshifts at the end of your turn. So you can decide whether you want to keep that one for the next turn, or utilize the 1 shapeshift on your turn while giving someone else a shapeshift for their next turn.
Okay, good to know. And then at the end, if I have 2, I lose 1, and I'm ready to go for the next round. Okay.
You'll lose 1 of each condition type that is on your hero.
All right.
And the only exception to that is that Vorhild at the beginning of her turn still loses all of her shapeshifts.
Okay.
So if
Correct. Any effect that specifically removes a condition removes all instances of that condition from the hero.
Got it.
So you can have 12 disarms on you, and 1 charm will remove all 12 disarms.
The change to the Nupton is also going to be important in this game. Each hero has their illusion. Any illusion that's in play, whenever that hero dies, it no longer goes away, and the effects of that illusion are still in effect. So that's no longer a way to get rid of an illusion. You're going to have to commit something to it to get rid of it. And then anybody can summon anybody's illusion, right? I know they can each move each other's illusions.
Yeah, it's correct. You can move an illusion on the battlefield 3 hexes, or you can summon anyone's illusion to the person who's doing the worship action.
Yeah, it's way more powerful.
and less predictable, right?
Yeah.
So, Eric, if Sethuru's illusion is not on the board while you activate one of your other heroes, they can pull Sethuru's illusion onto the board?
on the board at that casters, or whoever did the worship action will get Sithura's illusion within 3 of them, and then they can all of a sudden use that to go and zap somebody.
Seems
Yep.
pretty good.
They got some reach.
Yep, okay. Well, I think I need to activate somebody. And I'm not sure what I want to do here, so I'm just going to activate Vorhild. We're going to put her in some cover. I'm going to start with the move. And then I'm going to attack this minion.
Alrighty, 3 plus. Second flip, right?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna flip 2.
Bye bye, Sinkhole and Charm.
And then I'm going to take a worship action. Got all these fun buttons. So I get a shapeshift token.
Yep.
And I get to place 1 shapeshift token to any of my heroes within 3.
Correct.
Let's give Mr. Gilbjorn a shapeshift token.
So if you do this, she's going to
Or
lose her
Eloise.
shapeshift at the end of her turn, so she won't be untargetable.
Yeah, that's why I put her in a cover hex, though.
Yep. Okay, sounds good. Cool.
All right, that's it.
All right. Alrighty.
Yeah. If you move up 1 hex there, Ian, to this other hex, they have, melee heroes have a harder time getting into range of that hero as well. A little bit.
You want to adjust, Ian? Or are you good?
So, Joe, you're saying if I go here, melee heroes...
They can commit a move and a skirmish to get next to you to then attack you if need be. But then they're not attacking a minion. They're not doing any damage with that skirmish.
Yeah.
It's a lot of resources to commit to an attack. So
makes perfect sense.
All
and he
right.
has only melee heroes on that side. So
But if I do that, I can't worship Gilbjorn, so...
that's true.
So you didn't lead, so maybe it's not a big deal, but Shadris could push you away from the control token, or Kumaya could get next to you to limit your range so that you won't see the control token. Again, you don't have a lead, so maybe it's not a big deal. But it's a lot of-
Alternatively, you could have worshipped first
I could have. Okay.
to
and then
move
also
up
get in
and then
that
move up.
position.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm fine
lots of
with
things
this,
here.
and we'll...
Okay.
It costs me...
It's like there's a lot of cascading decision points.
I know, on turn 1. All right, go for it, Eric. Put
Yeah.
somebody in a place for me to attack.
Do things.
Yeah, we're going to do this. We're just going to go with Shadris. This should be fun. We're going to go ahead and declare the move.
Move is good.
1, 2, 3. We're going to go ahead and declare the skirmish.
Yep.
Getting all the way out here. And then we are going to declare a worship, which since he's a dual hero, doesn't show on his card, but he is a dual hero, so I get 2 things. Number 1, I'm going to go ahead and put that mark on Vorhild. And then I get to make an illusion. And I think the most useful illusion... If I do Habarats, I can give Kumaya an extra movement, which might be cool. Actually, I think I like that. I was going to do Cthulhu's because of all the options with my Shadow Mines, but I think I'm just excited about doing this. So within 3 from here, and I want it where other people can use it too. I guess if you kill it, it's fine. So 1, 2, 3. I'll just throw it right in the middle. That gives me options on both sides to bounce in and out of the dome. So I will try that. And then I am done. Oops, not that guy. Shadris is done. And Shadris says at the end of his turn, when he becomes exhausted, you push target hero, adjacent marked hero 1 hex, and apply slow to them. So this is going to be the beginning of the slow fun. And I'm not pushing you in the dome, so I'll send you back that way.
It is target adjacent, just to be mind. So it is target adjacent. So had he gone to that hex, it would have been harder for you to push him out of control.
Ah, yes, that's true. I'd have to jump over there. But slow is different. Somebody want to illuminate us?
Yep, I have a slow token here, so what's going to be happening now that I'm slowed?
It's way worse. It's so much worse. It's -2 speed and -2 speed on your skirmish. So it hits
and I only
both.
get to move 2 on my skirmish anyway?
So now
It's -1 on your
or -1 on your skirmish. Sorry, I misspoke.
Okay.
But so now you can only move 1 space with your skirmish and then 1 space with your movement.
It was always
2 to the move, -1 to the skirmish. Okay.
So it was always kind of weird where when you got slowed, all of a sudden you'd be skirmishing because you get to move 2
You're
and your
faster.
move only gets to move 1. Yeah, your skirmish was faster than your move, so this at least keeps them in line. And also, there are just going to be times, I think, when it's going to be rough to get into a useful position. But we'll see.
Yeah.
That's the
makes
theory.
complete sense. Okay.
Back over to you.
Back over to me. Well, boys, since I completely screwed up my first turn, I'm open to suggestions for turn 2 to not completely ruin my game at the very start of it. So.
I mean, the first turn on this map is always interesting because I feel like it's a lot of posturing, setting up for the big fireworks in round 2. So I think what you did was totally fine in the first activation. I think that doing something similar on the right side is totally fine. Moving up, killing a minion, and maybe leading with Gorjov. Just sort of delaying to see what else Eric is going to do. You're already sort of behind the 8 ball because you're going first, and really you want, in this game, almost always to go after your opponent, so you can react to whatever they do.
Agreed. So yeah, I definitely thought about Korjov. He's a little glass cannon, and Sethuru does exist and can hit pretty hard. So if we go with Korjov, are we thinking trying to keep him in cover?
I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Generally speaking, it's a good idea. It limits your opponents. If they want to get to you, they have to circumvent that cover first. So it limits their options.
Another thing we need to be cognizant of here too, though, is that Skytear Master's on the board.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is one of the reasons why going second is so powerful. Is he gets to see what you do with your hero, and he can match it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because hypothetically, in the dome, whoever has more heroes is going to win it. Assuming you can lead with a 3. But Eric going second always has the power to match what you do, unless you have a card that prevents that. So just staying in the lane is also dangerous. So I'm also perfectly fine with moving Brovar up and worshipping first and putting on whoever, and then moving up, and then leading or killing that illusion. Those are the 2 things I think I would do right now.
Yeah, that illusion is going to be kind of annoying.
Now, does Golbjorn's Skirmish only hit heroes?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I was going to see if you could clear it with the skirmish, the illusion with the skirmish or not.
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and activate Korjov. This was my first thought, and we'll just go ahead and start with the move. And we will attack this minion over here.
Sounds good.
And we're just flipping 1. Oh, I'm tired of seeing these 3s go.
Mm.
And then I'm going to lead, and I'm just going to lead from the deck.
I'm already feeling the restriction of the cards more.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're like,
so much less
why not
cards.
lead from hand? Oh, wait, you only have 5.
Yeah, because, one of these 3s, I absolutely want to lead in the dome with one of these 3s. So,
Yep, I agree with that.
all right, Eric, over to you.
All right. So, aside from the fact that you might take out Hobart Solution, but here's the interesting thing. If you do, somebody else can just make it again. So, I'll just trade that because anybody can do that, which is just interesting to me. But right now, I am tied on lane 1 with you, right? You have 3 minions. I didn't get to lead, so I have 3. However, Kumaya move, attack a minion, Hobart Solution, bounce into dome, and then I get to lead seems really good if you don't come over here.
Yeah.
So I think I leave Kumaya till the very end for that purpose.
I agree.
So that means probably, like you guys said, I just match wherever you go to try and keep parity. So the safe thing is to put Sethuru out here so I don't bring him to the dome, because that just seems like a place for him to die. I'd really like Habrat to have this spot in case he wants to bounce into the dome like Kumaya does. So that means I have to either put Sethuru in this bush or out here. I guess the bush is just better. I don't like him being so far back, but I guess with Goldburn around, it's the right thing to do. So I will go ahead and do the move. But this means I don't get to Shattermind anything. I don't like this. I'm going to take it back. I'm going to channel my inner Clinton. Here we go. We're going with Habarat. I'm going to do a move.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do skirmish, no target.
Yep.
And we're just going to go ahead and attack Korjov.
So, Eric, before the attack resolves, I want to ask you a question. So, you
Yep.
moved, and you moved around the minion. But now, isn't it possible that you can skirmish through minions with your move?
I could have
Yes.
skirmished through minions, yes.
Okay, so you went around these minions into the dome, but you, in theory, could have just walked over them, right?
Yep, and if you had a guy in the dome that could have targeted me or something, I guess it doesn't matter. It's all one move, so they wouldn't have a
Correct.
chance
There's
to,
no
but yeah.
there's no window to interact with that. So
Okay,
Yeah.
but
the path you take is not relevant.
Yeah, worth noting that you can now skirmish through minions.
Yep,
So I don't
Tommy
know if
loves
that's
it.
new to the rest of the world, but it's definitely new to me. So, okay, attack is good.
Attack is good. 4++. Flip twice. Got a 2, so that's 6 damage.
6
Almost half your life.
It's fine.
And
That's
then, because
Just
I
a
have
scratch.
an aggressive deck, we're just going to go ahead and Shattermind the poor guy. 3 more.
Guys, this is
And-
fine.
And then, yeah, I don't care about winning lanes. I just want to
Ian,
kill
is
some
there a
heroes.
reason you didn't want to cast a card there?
You mean impervious?
Yes.
Probably because I didn't even think about it, Joe.
Yeah.
But,
So I
yeah, it definitely would have. He's
Sure,
not
let's
a,
go back.
He's not a mage, so
Yeah, he's not a mage, and a mage is coming
Yeah.
later. So you want to do it on the attack, probably?
yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
response to the attack, we
So
definitely.
there's one problem here.
Well,
What
Oh, it's
color
not
is that
green.
card?
No, but Golbjorn is
Golbjorn
started.
screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gilbjorn can
Yeah,
play.
he's fine.
Targeting
Yeah.
Korjov.
Okay.
+2.
So now I'm taking the Shattermind back, because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to use it for only 1 damage. So
Yeah, for one, I agree.
instead,
Yeah.
I do 6 minus 2 is 4 damage to you, putting you down to 10. And then we just hold on to this Shattermind for a better day. And I will then say I'm done. Well, that was a good 1-cost card. Saved
Yeah, I think
you
generally
4 damage.
against assassins and a squishy target like that, that impervious can be really valuable.
Yeah.
So
All right.
maybe
so-
better when they're getting 2 activations, or 2, both a skirmish and an attack against you. But
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
So
Yeah.
if I remember your list right, I think the only yellow cards this list has is the 3 redirects for Korjov. It's very green heavy, so Korjov is kind of at a disadvantage as far as casting stuff, but he does have those redirects, so just because they're so good.
Now
Yes.
Eric tells us.
yeah,
Just kidding.
Okay, so back to me.
Yep.
So I can go ahead and do a couple. Or I can activate Brilvar and get him into the dome. But then I feel like Habara or Sethuru can
Sethuru.
just totally go to town on Brilvar. And there's also a play here with Gilbjorn where I can bring him around and he can just beat up on Habara. Because I think Eric's going to be smart enough to not easily make it where Gilbjorn's going to get a ton of value out of that skirmish.
Oberon can also hit
attack him from the dome.
how about from the dome with the skirmish.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Let me pull up the because it is the
Yeah, this
Well,
is,
AoE. Yep.
yeah. So the new text is this, I believe is going to be his. It's an alternate skirmish action. He can move up to 2 hexes and then attack the AOE without targeting. So, or skirmish damage the AOE without targeting.
Okay. So let's activate Gilbjorn.
And he already has his worship because you were thinking ahead early on.
Yeah. So I can worship again if I wanted to, right?
Yep.
Skirmish and maybe even lead here, and then that gives Brilvar an opportunity to attack a illusion.
You
if he
could
wanted to.
skirmish. You could worship, skirmish, and lead
Yeah.
to get some extra damage. Yeah.
Yep. So let's
And that-
do that.
So then the question is, what do you use your worship on? Because you can give any one of your guys, because Gulbjorn's going to get one automatically, so he'll have another one for next turn. So this is a perfect time to pass an armor around to Korjoff or Heidi thing to Vorhild. I don't know. I guess Vorhild doesn't really need it. Probably not getting over to her.
Probably not.
Yeah, so we're going to activate here. We're going to worship. Gilbjorn gets one. And I think I'll go ahead and... I might go ahead and just give Korjoff one here, too. I like the idea of him starting next turn fast. In case he needs to get out of dodge.
Assuming he's still alive.
Assuming he's still alive.
Assuming he's still alive, yes.
All right, so I can skirmish my second action, and I don't have to target anything because I have the shapeshift ability.
Yes.
Technically, you have to declare that you're using the alternate attack action beforehand,
Yeah.
No,
So
in case I have some way to mess with it, which I don't. So,
we're gonna
yep,
use
you're
the
good.
Unassigned Rage here.
Yep.
This will allow me to hit Habarat.
And
you're going to be doing +1 damage because you're shapeshifted from Korjov.
Yep.
And you're going to be doing +2 damage from Goldbjorn's ability, counting himself and Korjov. So you're at +3 damage.
All right.
And yeah, so in some world, you go with Brilvar first and do this on the last action, and then have Brilvar also shapeshifted, so you get another plus to it. But I
Sure.
think this is good.
Yeah, I'm just afraid of Sethuru there.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna do our flip 3+.
3+.
There you go.
Baby.
Like an attack.
Six.
So what you're saying is Habarat went to be aggressive and got punished.
Get paid for it.
All right.
Luckily, Habarat's got one of the highest healths in the game.
And then I'm gonna lead, and I'm thinking, team here, that I have 2 of these already in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I'm gonna lead with one of these.
I think that's a good choice.
All right, so when I exhaust, I lose 1 shapeshift token.
Correct.
All right.
Alrighty. So Kumaya's still going after Brilvar, so it's Sitharu's turn. So I either can go in the dome and try and contest it, I can go in the lane over here. I can also do some good damage to Korjov. So if I go to this hex, I can worship my Sithuru illusion over here. I mean, I can attack anyway from here. 1, 2, 3, and Habarat sees him. That's a 3+. That'll, let's say it does a 5 in the best case scenario. That brings him down to 5. And then I Shatter Mind for 4 because I have my illusion out, or 3 if I don't. So that doesn't kill. But if I flip a +3, I could threaten the kill. I think I want Korjov off the board. I will go ahead and do the move with Sithuru.
Yep, move is good.
Now, the only part I don't like about this is now I have set up Goldbjorn very
Yes, you
nicely to be
did.
able to attack 2 guys next turn, so hopefully I fix that at some point. Oh, wait. Can I use Habarat's illusion after this to bounce?
You just kill a
Or it's
minion.
just minion. It's just minions. Dang it. Okay.
Correct.
All right. Thank you. I will declare the attack against Korjov.
I have no cards to play this time, and the attack is good.
You sure you don't want to put armor like I did at Worlds? That's useless against piercing people.
That's right.
Alrighty. 3+. Come on, +3. Holy cow. You guys know that's the favorite card that I love putting in my deck, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
the Eric special is what I call it.
The classic.
Well, I gotta go for it. I'm gonna worship.
Can't stop it.
1, 2, 3. I mean, I can do it from... I just have to see him. So I can back it up. I think
You
this
have to
is fine.
just see the illusion to get the +1.
I have to be within 3 of the illusion, and the illusion has to be within 3 of Korjov, because I have Habarat there, so I could move it somewhere else, but I think this is fine. So I'm going to put it there, and then I'm going to try and do that Shatter Mind for 4 because of Sethuru's ability.
Yep, that's good.
Okay, so we still get only 1 card for killing heroes.
Yes.
So I'm going to draw that, and then put it over here. And that's a swiftness that I would have liked at the beginning of the turn. I've done a move and an attack. I actually get something else. So Korjov is
You
off.
worship.
You worship.
I worshipped, thank you. So that's done. Korjov's off the board, and Korjov's coming back on round 3. And that's going to be everything I can do.
All right, so I have one last person to activate. So left lane 2 now open. You are now winning.
4 to 3.
I have somebody in the dome already. You do not. So there's a world where I just send Gilbjorn over here, or Gilvar,
Brilvar.
and make an attack on Habarat and lead.
And lead.
Yeah, I kind of
Yeah.
like that.
I think that now is the time where you need to ask yourself how you're going to win.
Correct. What VC are you gonna like target?
What is your goal?
Oh, Eric, you get a token.
Thank you. Yes.
So that's a good point because
Sether did that.
Guarantee a dome win here.
Yeah, he has to have something that lets him move in.
Yeah.
So that's like my biggest reason to not go into the right lane. It's just to get a token on Skytear Master.
Yeah. Be mindful of Bloodlust too. Sether just needs to get more kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, our plan will be to kill Sether next turn.
I agree.
Yeah, Tim, I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
So
getting
my initial reaction is to do that. Yeah, it's what I think I would do.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so we're gonna activate Brilvar. We're gonna move. Question is, where do I want to be? I feel like I'm gonna need to kill Setharu next turn.
I think that's reasonable. So I think you want to push up into that line at least, yeah. Either on the illusion or there.
So I feel like attacking this illusion.
I think it's good because it denies him. Yeah.
I don't need to lead here. I already have a good lead from Gilbjorn. I don't think it's going anywhere.
And if Kamaya wants to do that trick, she's not really gaining it. She's not going to come in there and win the dome.
Yeah.
Or even tie it.
Yeah, so we're going to attack.
Illusion down.
Illusion.
Flip a card.
Smia's card. Alright, and then I think we'll worship.
Sounds good.
And I'm going to put one on me because I have to. Gilbjorn already has one, so maybe I'll put a second one here on Brilvar so he starts next turn.
Yeah, that gives Goldbeard extra stuff on his things.
Yeah, remove one. Okay.
You need to adjust these stacking tokens. I will work on that.
When you put the second one on, the first one jumps underneath?
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta figure out how to...
Everybody touch the card.
I'll fix
I love TTS.
And the word this is not scripted or edited.
Yes.
All right.
That's how you know it's real.
That's right. All right. So I remove one, and that ends my activation.
Alrighty. So you guys are 100% winning the dome. Setharu just needs a kill, like Tim said, or I need 2 other kills. Habarot's the one hurting, but really Setharu is just about as easy to kill. But you're going to probably be doing damage to both of them on your first activation next turn. So Kumaya can go over there and kind of help that, but I kind of, if I'm winning both lanes, at least you have to deal with them. So I move, I attack a minion, and then I can move. Oh, no, that doesn't work. So fast gives me +1 skirmish, is that true?
Yes.
To your movement?
Okay.
It is a mirror image of slow.
Awesome.
So +2 move to a +2 speed to a move and +1 to a skirmish move. Okay.
Yeah, so I think this is worth something. So I'm going to swiftness here. So I get to apply fast, become a little rabbit, and I get to draw a card, which I like. Keeping my card count high. Got another 3 drop. I'm going to end up not leading at all this round. This is going to be crazy.
This does not sound like you, Eric.
Does not. I'm channeling my inner Clinton. He'd be proud. Alrighty, so I'm going to declare the skirmish, which now is a move 3. And that'll be 1, 2, 3. I'll declare the attack on the minion over there.
Attack's good.
Mm-hmm.
So that gets 5. And now I get to declare a move, and I get to do something to help save my team. So I think I just want to eat this spot. And that does mean that you get 2 guys anyway, but attacking Kumaya is much better than attacking my 2-0 things. Now it does put me next to Brilvar, so I have to attack Brilvar next turn. I don't like that. Go down here and harass Borhild, but she can just disappear on me, especially once we get to 2 mana. She can just, as a reaction, go and targetable. So my target's going to be Gilbjorn or Brilvar. These do not seem like great targets. Can we have Korjoff back, please?
I would love to have him back.
He's the punching bag.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's going to be the most annoying for you, but also for me. So we're going for annoyance here. All right. And then at the end of my turn, my fast does go away. And then I am ready for us to go ahead and...
Any last-minute shenanigans here?
I have no shenanigans.
I could cast a Shattermind. How many cards am I getting? I'm going to gain 2 cards on the outside and 1 card, so I am going to be out of cards. So I should use my Whispers of Nupton first. So... Or a Shattermind. Shattermind seems...
Well, Shattermind has to be from Kumaya, so...
Yeah. Which, to Goldbjorn with 2 armor seems like a waste. So... And Kumaya can't, because she already used her Swiftness mana. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, but Shadris is going to do Whispers. It's a reaction, and a friendly Nupton hero can... So anybody on this battlefield can worship anybody else.
Yeah, that's insane.
Kind of crazy. So what is the most useful illusion? I think it's probably Shadris' illusion, because everybody's talking about killing poor Sathuru. So we will go ahead and from Sathuru do the worship to put a Shadris illusion in the tree, I think. I think that's the most annoying there.
Yep.
Shadris.
That is pretty annoying.
Through seems good. All right. I am good with all my reactions. You got anything else?
Nope.
Alrighty. So lane 1, and let's just talk about the fact that we now have a different outsider phase, right?
Yes.
Yeah, tell me about it. What's new with the outsider phase?
So, you're going to resolve the lanes like you normally would, 1 and then 2, and then we'll resolve the third lane, the dome in the middle here. The winner will not get an immediate activation of the outsider, but will actually move into round 2. So you'll draw your cards, you'll get you'll refresh your mana, and the very first activation of round 2 will be the outsider's activation, where players can now play and cast cards to interact with that outsider activation.
Okay.
That is actually really exciting, because as interesting it was to see an outsider just beat on somebody, it always felt like, wait, I just have to sit here and take it?
Yeah, for sure. The nuance there is that there is no longer a 5th activation of the outsiders possible. So winning the dome on the very last turn is just for victory conditions that may care, whether it be Sky Terramaster or Tactician. There is no activation of that last turn. So,
got it, because that would be in turn 6.
It would be in turn 6, correct.
Okay.
I also
Outside
realize
of
there's no 0.3 in the middle anymore.
That's to begin to line with all the other maps that
Yeah, I love
have
it.
control
It's
tokens
beautiful.
in the dome.
I've forgotten that they had done that.
Oh, yeah, so that's the other thing. Just since we're here, I can put my illusion now on top of a control token. There's no more silly
Correct.
tokens thing. I can actually put it on top of pillars and other illusions also, right?
Yeah, you can stack tokens. You just can't put them where models exist. Yes.
Models exist. Awesome. Okay.
In most cases, it shouldn't be too confusing. But to knowing the possibilities there is important to note.
All right, so lane 1, I win 3-2. I will choose to get rid of this minion right here.
He's gone.
I will move this 1 spot, so I'm threatening tower, and we both spawn 2 guys there, and I'll put the other one over. Let's see, can I minimize Wind Blast? I can if I put it there, so I'll do that. And then I still get to draw 1 card, right? I hit the 1, and then, ooh, time glitch. I'm actually kind of happy to see that with all the slow terms and stuff.
It's pretty important to bring condition removal.
All right, lane 2. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 against your 3.
Yep. Win by 1.
Win by 1. And am I just going to get Hobberot in trouble here? Maybe. Okay. I will keep that one there, so I'll remove the one on the control token. And then you can put it over there. Yeah. And then we both get 2 of these. 1. And again with the avoiding Wind Blast. And I will draw that card. And, ooh, Soul Scream. That seems like a waste of Thurdo to get his second kill, maybe. Not this turn, because I don't have the thing.
That's not scary at all.
And then...
And in the dome, I win by a lot.
You win by a lot.
5-1.
and you got a Skytear Master Point,
Yep.
and you're going to get this, but not quite
Not
yet.
Okay.
All right, so we clean up.
So Satoru or Berghoff had a 2 lead. Would have been so good. Oh, and I
then
draw 1 card for winning the dome, right?
Oh yes,
Yes.
you draw a card for winning the dome,
Okay.
and then
100%.
after clean up, you'll draw 1 more card,
1 more
and
card.
then and the hand limit is still 7. So I got under that hand limit by playing my Whispers of Nupton, so I should be fine.
And we move to round 2.
Yep. And you get to go first.
All right. So I get to place Terror of the Inland Sight and a cover hex.
Yep.
All right.
It can be
And
placed
this
on
is
top
still-
of my...
Yes, this is
Yes.
still a legal
Oh.
hex.
So you can destroy that illusion if you want to.
To be fair, that was always true.
So
Yep.
here's my thinking. I'm thinking if I place here,
Mm-hmm.
I attack this illusion. I can,
You could.
I could then move and take Kumaya and get her out of the spot where I want Gilbjorn to be to hit these 2 people.
Yep. It's beautiful.
It's kind of what I'm
Yeah. I think that makes sense.
So you have to go into the door to see
Alternatively,
her, right?
correct. Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah, Tim.
you could, because he has to be adjacent to Shadris' illusion, right?
Yes.
You could, I mean, just killing the illusion is the safest, technically. I guess the Whispers, he could still just summon it again. That's crazy. But you could throw Setharu in there. You could get an attack and a skirmish on him,
Yes.
and then try to actually kill Setharu.
So throw Sethru where? What are you thinking?
Yeah. How would you pull that off, Tim?
Yeah.
I mean, so you could like throw him into this hex,
Okay.
and then you could.
But he's still
still be
adjacent to the
adjacent to
illusion.
Shadris.
Oh yeah, he's line of sight. Never.
It does not need line of sight. It just needs adjacency.
But you could use the other one and push him and slow him if you want to get him away from the illusion, but then now you're further away from Gulbjorn.
Exactly. So I don't know if that's... Yeah.
Speaking of which, the Terror follows the skirmish rules of heroes now, right? So even though he's melee, he can throw a rock or whatever it is.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So you could, if you wanted to maximize damage, push and slow Sethuru, skirmish him, throw the rock, and then move next to him and then attack. So you'd be 3 and 2 flips.
Or-
it would all go to Shadris if you so chose. Cause
No, you'd push him away from Shadris' illusion.
Oh,
You'd
okay,
push him to
okay.
this text.
I see. What you mean.
And then I guess if Gilbjorn moves and then skirmishes into the spot Sethuru was next turn, you could hit 2 guys.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's. Yeah, I think that you can. I mean, it's not really right.
You have to
So,
go around.
yeah, but like you push Sethuru into this hex,
Sure.
you skirmish
And attack
hit
him.
Sethuru, hit Sethuru, and then
Move,
move,
skirmish,
skirmish, AoE attack. Surely that kills Sethuru.
This is fascinating because this is good, but I mean the other one going back in there and taking Kumaya, disarming her, and like putting her over here next to Brilvar,
Mhm.
so that she has to attack Brilvar and she's attacking with a 1+ is just
is
like
also pretty big.
ugh.
Yeah.
And you get to do all those things, theoretically.
And I'm
right?
also holding 2 guerrilla tactics in my hand. So
Spoilers.
My skirmish with Gilbjorn right, could be at plus.
Pretty big.
It could be huge.
It's going to be probably 6.
Yeah,
Plus 6 plus.
too bad Kordjoff's not around, but 6+.
And really, you only need to do 4 or 12 to Habarat to kill him too.
Yeah.
Woof.
I think getting both Habarat
Spicy.
and Sethru is probably the right play, given the fact that you have those 2 cards you get to do first turn.
That's my.
So
that's
getting
my-
Kumaya out of there, I think, is the right answer. So you have to attack the illusion, scoot into here, and then get Kumaya out of there.
All right, so that was my original thought. And
Yeah, I think it's the right call.
Yeah, so this is where we're gonna play some, Eric. We're gonna
Hey, sounds good.
first thing we're doing is we're gonna attack this illusion.
Go ahead and flip. Shadris illusion gone.
And now I can still do a skirmish to hit Sethuru, right, and move at the same time here.
Well, remember, skirmishes is now
It's move first.
move and then damage.
Okay, so I cannot do that.
But you have to also have target when you start,
Right.
or can he
Yes.
move and then hit
No.
Maya?
You have to target from your starting position.
Got
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no hitting anybody with the skirmish.
When you move across your white line, you are never actually, except for Goldbjorn, who's got the special alternate attack, you are never going to be able to skirmish with a attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I guess maybe if you're Sakoshi or Akla, that's not true. But yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna move, and I think I'm gonna move here,
I think that's right.
I think that's right.
and then we will do the Dreadful Majesty ability here.
I get disarmed.
Here, get a disarm.
Which
token.
arms?
Now, is disarm anything new about the disarm token? I know it's fast and slow changed a little bit.
Should be -2, -1, I believe.
Yep, so it's the same, but they stack again. So if you put multiple disarms on me, that just means that it doesn't reduce your multiple. It just means that it takes that number of turns. I will have the disarm effect.
Correct. Yeah,
And then
none of the conditions stack their effects, just their duration.
And I think Joe mentioned earlier, if I have, spoiler alert, a time glitch, I can remove all the disarms from my guy, even if you stacked 100 of honor.
Okay.
Correct.
When you remove a condition, you remove all of that condition.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm ready for my first turn.
Yeah, you get to go again. Alrighty.
I've set myself up for as much success as possible. I'm going to activate Gilbjorn.
Sounds good.
I'm going to play Guerrilla Tactics.
Yep.
I'm going to play Guerrilla Tactics.
Woo!
And then I'm going to declare a skirmish.
Yep.
And I'm going to use my alternate skirmish action here. My Ursine Rage. And we're going to hit Sithuru and Habarat.
So you're getting +2 from the Pharaoh Majesty and +2 from each of those things. So you're at +6, like
Yeah,
Joe said
6.
earlier.
6 plus flip.
6 plus flip to both of those heroes. I'm going to want 7.
Only one 7, but I have no armor over here, so Habarat takes 7 and goes down to 5, and Sithuru loses half of his life. Alrighty.
Seems good.
Now, I can be real greedy, and I can move and attack Sithuru.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can...
Or Habarat.
Or Habarat.
Habarat's the easier decision there.
Yeah.
At least it's easier to kill if you get a +2.
+2.
Although I don't know what your list looks like from a damage standpoint.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's move.
It's not great.
What would Clinton do?
So I say let's move, but when then Tim said we got to talk about our win condition, and my win condition I think is Skytier Master at this point.
So, if you happen to kill Sethru and Habarat with Golbjorn, you also win.
Yes. Correct.
Yeah, good point.
They're also both close to death, and you have 18 health on Golbjorn right now. So, like,
You're in a pretty good position there, I think.
Yep. All right. We're
I
moving.
think that this is making Eric answer 2 questions now,
Mm-hmm.
which I think in general is a good thing to do if you have the capability.
Yeah. Multiple vectors is always...
We will make it.
Would you agree, Eric? Do you feel spread now?
I do. I feel worried. So the only 2 reactions I have are Nightmares Incarnate and Time Glitch. Time Glitch does nothing to help me. Nightmares Incarnate, I could blow up a minion if I wanted to use his mana before he might die. Ugh. I just don't know. Am I going to be able to use the mana otherwise? I think I only have 4 cards to play, so I think I'll be fine using it all anyway. So I will take a chance and let you attack Habarat.
All right. So we got a 3 plus a flip here.
3 plus a flip. You need a +2.
Didn't get it.
Down to 1 though. I mean,
Yeah.
it's always interesting, right? Because now I have the situation of if I activate Habarat and you get to kill him, he's away for 2 turns, as opposed to if I just let you kill him, then he's only away for 1 turn. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you done over there?
I'm
You
done.
are.
I have nothing more to do.
And you lose that last shapeshift,
That's
right? You
yeah.
need
no
Goldburn
longer
or somebody to
shapeshifted.
put it on to get good again, or get ready again. Okay, so the first thing is I'm pretty sure I'm not activating Kumaya until after Brilvar goes, so if he wants to keep holding her, he's going to have to use his whole turn to do that. Then the question is, am I waiting for a Korjoff to appear, or am I going to try and kill somebody? Man, Gilbjorn's ultimate is just obnoxious. I mean, Brilvar's my target? I mean, I'm not winning by Skytear Master anytime soon. Bloodlust is probably how I win, or maybe Onslaught. Kind of want to get a Shadress Illusion next to Habarat, just to make your life difficult. But any of my guys that go can worship and get that down. That's kind of gross. I guess not Shadress himself. Anybody besides Shadress can get Illusion over
He
there.
can't get it there, right?
He can't get it there, yeah.
That's funny.
Unless he wants to run that way. But I think he wants to stay over here. Maybe he wants to... Oh, I know what I want to do. I want to push Vorhild into the corner.
You don't want to push baby in a corner.
That's just... I mean, I don't know how gross this is, but that is 100% what I want to do. I don't even have to worship to do it, because you've already got the marked on you, so I just have to end up here. I push you there. Yes, you can get in range this round, but not much else. Maybe it's not that good.
Yeah, I'm not sure in this situation that's the best, but it's fun.
You could go punch Vorhild and make
punch Vorhild with Habarat?
Or with Shadress, or both, or...
Yeah, punching Vorhild with Habarat is totally what Clinton would do.
I don't think you want Habarat near Vorhild, because she kills him with a worship.
That's right, the killer thing.
Vorhild killing another hero, though? Like,
I'm not. I mean, just saying, you haven't killed anyone yet, so.
Nah, we're gonna go kill Vorhild. This is great. Come on, Clinton, don't let me down. So
he's here in spirit.
1, 2, 3, 4. So I could use my time glitch right now, which I was going to use on Kumaya to get rid of this stupid disarm. But is it better? What am I going to do? I'm going to move, then I'd attack, and then I'd get a little bit of a worship out of it, maybe?
Skirmish?
Skirmish
More
out
damage?
of it? Oh, I mean, I can also worship to get the +1 attack, which is probably similar in value, and gets me a token out here. Which also, if Habarat dies and his illusion's out here, the illusion does not go away anymore. That is also a new rule.
Correct.
1, 2, 3. So this seems fine. Oh, no, this is it. I figured it out. Okay, Habarat's going. And I'm going to time glitch. Sure. So I get to be fast. I'm going to try and declare a move and hope you don't kill me.
Okay, so you're going to be fast. Oh, okay, that was fast.
Alrighty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh! No, I need to do it this way. Yep, okay. That's right. And then I will declare a worship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Worship's fine.
Okay, so I think I worship with Shadress's ability, because I don't have to do my own anymore. So this means you can't just kill me with a worship, you actually have to spend 2 actions to do it. And I can put it in here. So Brilvar, no, that gives Brilvar something to do. Let's put it out here. So, okay. And then my last action is going to be an attack on Vorhild, 4++.
All right, so now you can't just kill me, Eric.
Oh.
All right.
You need to decide what you want to do here, buddy.
Yep. So I've got a couple of options.
Mm-hmm.
With I can definitely spin my flux here and play either a sinkhole or a chasm. I have both options available to me. Both I think are just fine, and they're going to serve the exact same purpose of getting you back in the dome away from that illusion.
I totally should have worshipped after.
Yeah. Well, after the attack. Oh, right, you don't. It's not helping you
'cause
right now.
if he moves me, then now I'm going to be away from my illusion. So
Yep.
Yep.
It's funny because you almost put it in the dome, which would have, in hindsight, been the right decision.
Right.
This is where he wants to push you.
All right, so we're definitely using the flux.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a reason to use one or the other.
I mean, it's funny. Both cards do the exact same thing you want.
Yep.
Except only one is castable by... One of them is only castable by a Vorhild in this situation.
Yeah.
To be useful. So, but I don't know if that really helps or hurts you there. What do you think, Tim?
Yeah, Tim, what do you think here?
I'm just thinking through the different permutations here.
Yeah. I think the chasm is probably my choice. But
it's because the sinkhole is just more versatile.
Well, because sinkhole is just more versatile, and this situation does work with chasm. So to me,
I also like the idea of using the sinkhole and targeting Shadris's hex.
Okay.
And then pushing both of them basically back one hex.
Sure.
The attack fizzles and they're not in the dome. So you can go in the dome and probably win more easily.
Although that's still technically true with chasm too, because you use chasm here and move him away, and then move Hopper into that hex as well. So that's still doable with chasm.
Yeah.
Then you'd have to push Vorhild backwards, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
Sure. But she can still go here and doesn't hurt her anyway, and she's still in control.
Sure.
So my vote is chasm.
Yeah, I that was my thought too. So I think we're gonna play chasm.
Targeting Habarat's hex?
Yeah. Target here.
Targeting Habarat's hex. I mean, in for a penny. Not Kumaya. Shadris is going to go ahead and Nightmares Incarnate Vorhild.
Yeah, so that's 3 damage.
3 damage.
10. Alright, chasm.
Hey, chasm resolves, yep.
So everybody in Hoprat's hex is going to have to get pushed 1 hex away. So he's got to go. He's got to go. And I need to move Vorhild as well, yeah?
Yep, you have 3 options.
Yep, any of these 3 hexes is valid, but only one of them is in control.
If you're going to stay in the lane.
If I'm going to stay in the lane, yeah.
Correct. You could also just yeet out of town with her.
Go win the dome and ignore the lanes.
Yeah. Because with the number of minions that he's got in play right now, not a huge concern about losing a tower this turn. But it's possible.
Okay. Now it looks like my attack fizzles.
Attack fizzles.
Okay, those are gone. And then I want to use my mana most efficiently. So that means that I'm going to go ahead and Shattermind for 3 more damage before you get any of your worship stuff on you.
Down to 7.
Down to 7. Yep.
Imagine if you got to actually connect with that attack.
Oh, gross.
That was the plan.
Imagine if you shapeshifted Vorhild at some point.
Okay, I lose my fast, and it is now back over to you.
Alright, so I've got Vorhild.
And Brilvar.
I think you probably want to go with Vorhild.
Yeah, and did we just kill Habarat?
I mean,
I don't think it's bad.
I think it's... Problem is right now with him being in that cover hex, which is the other reason why the pushing him into the dome is also good. She gets to go into the dome, kill Habarat, and still lead in there.
You still could have pushed him into the dome.
No, you still could have. It's true. Is getting a pillar because he has to be targetable for her ability. So right now she doesn't have line of sight to him. So it would take 2 AP to get in line of sight and place a pillar.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, probably putting in Habarat there would have been a better solution.
That being said, I also like saving Hobrat at 1 life so that whoever is going to kill 2 heroes
is going to just win bloodlust in one fell swoop. Yeah.
Or not even necessarily one fell swoop. Yeah, it's just hard to imagine Vorhill doing it.
All right. Well,
for the second hero right now
is going to attack this minion.
Attacking. Yes, yellow minion.
She's a 2-flipper. Yeah.
2-flipper.
Double flip. Yep. 3. Oh, there goes her sign rage. Alrighty.
That gives Eric his game plan.
That's right.
It's a go time. Only 22 cards left to go. Start flipping, Ian.
Yeah.
Where's your exhumes when you need them?
Yeah.
All right, so you still
It's hard in the blue list.
Like everybody to activate. I hate going first so much. And being down a hero, it's so bad.
It's not ideal.
Vorhild's gonna die.
Maybe double worshipper, though.
That's just true.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not gonna die.
She takes a lot of things off the table that way.
Is it worth getting into the dome here with it? So like worship and just move into the dome?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
So she gets 2 of these things.
Yeah, or you can shorthand it and just put, move in there and then put 1 on her.
Nope, I follow the rules, Joe. You made them. I'm following them.
To be fair, the Nere's made the rule. We just
Sure.
helped
You
interpret
helped with the
them and the corner edge case stuff.
All right, and then my last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to skirmish, and I get 1 movement point.
1 movement point.
Is it worth moving and get 2 so I can't be pushed out of this dome? That's probably better.
Well, but moving isn't 2 either.
Oh yeah, it's all 1. Doesn't matter.
It's all 1. Yeah, so
all 1.
you're not in a good place as far as that's concerned.
All right, and then into my turn.
Well, is he going to push us out with Shadress?
But good, no, she
Shaders
can't. If she's shapeshifted, she can't.
Oh, it's target.
Yeah.
I was about to vomit.
Yeah, no, it's not that gross, but it's pretty gross.
All right, over to you, Eric.
Yeah. So I've got 3 3-cost cards, and I've got this really good open fire that Sethru is just going to use to clean up 3 minions, which seems like great value.
Maybe you should have gone first, and you could have used some of those 3-mana cards. Yeah.
Hey-o.
Kamaya's going later. What's happening over here? We are basically, if you don't kill Hobrat, it's 4-3 over here. So Shaders probably is coming over this way. But to what end? I can get in here and push Brilvar away from Kumaya, but that just frees her up to... I don't even know what I'm doing. Like, I feel this is definitely a kill game. Like, this pushing the lanes thing is just a distraction. I guess I get cards from it, which is good, because cards are at a premium. But I don't really want to lose the dome this round, so I should probably commit some people to getting in there with those 2 guys. Okay, so that means Shadress is getting in the dome. So I got to use 1 thing to move. Ooh, I could worship Hobrat's Illusion into play, attack, that'll bounce me in, and I can lead. And Hobrat's Illusion's at here for future. That seems...
That's pretty good value.
Bad. I like value. Let's go for that. We will worship.
You do lose out on the mark, though.
I do lose out on the mark. Yep. You okay with worship?
Worship's good.
Alrighty. So last time I put it right in the middle and you killed it. But I want it within 3. And how about this? Is it when I attack only?
Attack action only.
When a projected hero damages an enemy with an attack action. Okay, so it won't proc off this open fire. I can't. Oh, but it would proc off of
Dragon Punch.
Dragon Punch, which is not this turn. Okay, but I'll put it here. If you want to spend actions killing it again, you can. All right, then I will declare the attack on this minion not next to Hobrat.
Yep, that's good.
Okay, 2+. That guy's gone. Yep.
Nice to see that gone.
Bounce into the dome, and then I can't worship again to bring my illusion in. Somebody else will deal with that. I will just do a lead. And you have not led yet.
We have not led yet.
I have got to lead from hand, though. Oh, but these cards are going to be so good next turn. Because I don't need the Wind Blast. The Wind Blast is better than Dragon Punch in general, unless we have shenanigans with Hobrat. I'm definitely keeping the Soul Scream.
You just talked about the Dragon Punch next turn with Aberrant's
You're right.
Illusion.
You're right. You're right. You're right. We're doing it. Okay. So we will lead there. And we'll pass back to Brilvar.
Brilvar, my man. All right. Well, Brilvar is 100% playing this presence, right? Like
Yes.
Yep.
100%
Oh.
presence.
Surprise!
All right, we get to go predict 2.
It's still good.
Turns out.
All right, this is what we're predicting. Oh, we see a 3. We love to see it.
Also, your kill condition, though.
That is pretty
Yeah,
tasty.
that's really good.
Yeah, but
So this is your last activation. So if you don't flip in Brilvar's turn, you could ensure that you draw this card.
I could. And what?
But then
use
you're not
the
leading
card
with
in my
this one.
hand with the.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Oh man, that is a good one.
So
As a
for
tough
Golbjorn's alternate action, can he do that on Rampant as well?
Yeah.
No. He
Yes.
Yes,
You're declaring a
absolutely.
skirmish.
Oh.
Yep.
It is considered a skirmish action. Yes.
All right, I'm gonna defer to the group at large.
I mean,
I think the right thing is to lead for 4.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's cute, but now he still could.
what, he's
There's
still
other
leading
options to
for
lead for
4.
4. He's
Oh,
just
he has a card
wasting
in
a
hand,
card in
too?
hand.
Yeah, he has a 3 in hand.
But
So I
that is
think
a
that
huge
the
card.
reality is, like, you get to go first next round.
I do.
So, like,
And I am potentially also the outsider, so he's
if
going to supplement that time.
Rampant is still a thing on your deck and you draw it, then your turn could be is it the line of sight Rampant? Yeah, so you could just do your normal skirmish. I know you did get 7. Oh, there's so much you can just win.
Yeah, it's
Because if you
close.
just go here and you can kill him, you can move, skirmish, kill Aberrant.
So Tim, you're
And Brilvar
saying
has a
you keep this
shapeshift.
card.
I mean,
Brilvar
it
has a
just-
shapeshift, so he can worship to give himself. So all 3 of your heroes will be shapeshifted too. It's really good. It's really good.
Because you're going to already be at 3+.
Yeah.
It's definitely the more fun play,
Yes.
Eric.
But it is somewhat costly.
What would you do, Eric?
I'm convinced. I mean, I would have done the 4 lead without thinking too much about it, but I think Tim's right. I think Tim's done enough Rampant Hatred math in his time to know when it looks good. So,
All
Well,
right,
the thing is, you're still getting the lead for. If there wasn't a 3 in your hand, I think that I would probably
100%.
agree.
You take
I'm
the
gonna
lead.
leave this on top.
I think
Yeah.
you should also leave the redirect as a second one.
Yeah.
Because if you draw it, you might use it as a flip, but if you draw it, I do it the other order.
Other way
Make
around.
sure you get the Rampant.
Yep.
But if you happen to draw both of them, that's going to be your get out jail free card for me killing Korjov twice.
All right,
Yeah.
so this is no touching the deck. for the
Yeah,
rest
don't
of
leave
the
from deck.
turn. All right, so we have that. So Brilvar's first action, he's gonna lead. He's gonna
Yeah.
put this card out here.
Makes
And,
sense.
and of course, Eric might have cards to make the dream not happen, but like
Of course.
you're really asking the questions at that point.
We're gonna worship. We're gonna
Yep.
put a token on.
Yep, that's real
Yep.
good. And
Yeah,
then I still have to deal with
it's real good.
him.
And then my last thing, I mean, I can't punch.
You can just choose to move and not move.
Yeah,
You can attack the outsider.
I can't.
No.
Attack. I can't. Eric, don't get me to.
Oh,
attack.
you
My
can't
cat's on top of
attack.
that.
That's right. Okay, if you wanted to, you could have put the
Attack
redirect
first.
on top and attacked for a +1.
Sure,
but I
sure,
don't know that that's
Yeah. So
particularly
we
useful.
will choose to move, and we
0.
will move 0. We will not move from our spot. We like where we're at.
You don't want to go and grab Shadris also?
That's interesting.
So if I do that, does that get me out of?
No, he's out of range of
Feel
going.
normal.
Don't listen to Eric.
Yeah.
Oh, got it. My bad.
No,
My bad.
Yeah, that was my. I mean,
Although you have to move to get in the line of sight of him.
Yeah,
so
don't you have
it's
to
not-
be... Is it in
yeah.
line of sight?
Yes.
No, it's within 3 hexes. But
Wait,
he'll
no,
be
it's line of
within...
sight.
He'll... What are we talking about?
Rampant hatred is line of sight.
I was talking about Feral Majesty. But yeah.
Mmm.
So
So
Feral
Yeah, but you want
Majesty,
the bonus on both.
you're with
but-
3, and then you're going to come in here. So I think that still lets you get Golbjorn maximum as long as your people are inside the dome. I mean, the thing that's going to maybe mess it up is I might
Yeah,
be running
Separate
through
just runs
off
away.
to the corner, right? But I That might be a win for you anyway, right? Because then you win the dome.
Yeah, I don't dislike this. In my mind, I was just like, I want to be within 3 of Gilbjorn, but you're right. If anybody does come in, then I have to move anyway.
Wasting a Sethuru action seems like real good value.
Yep. All right, that's it for me. He's done.
You're done. I get to go with 2 guys, one of which is disarmed and has to attack your guy, and the other one, which has a really good turn, but no real target, because Vorhild, I don't have a Release of Spirits to mess with her yet. I don't even know if I have it in my deck or not. Let's see. So Sethuru is now going to go after Gulbjorn. That just seems like I'm asking you to die. Rilvar?
You know his hand is empty, so there's that.
Yeah, I have no shenanigans I can play with.
So he can't mess with you at all.
Right. Yeah, and so I wouldn't know. I mean, you stacked 2 guys and didn't attack, which is a little... But no, you moved over there. That's a totally fair Brilvar turn, so it's... I wouldn't necessarily know something's up.
The worst thing you can have right now, Eric, is mana burn.
Yeah. That's a Giacomo favorite.
Yeah, that would just be, plans thwarted. Which, to think about against red-yellow, that is a consideration, right?
Okay, we'll go Sethuru first. I think he has an more interesting turn than Kumaya. Kumaya's going to have a rough time. All right, so we're going to start. We're going to use this minion right here to destroy 3 of your minions.
Yeah, seems pretty good.
Now...
Not that one, not that one. That's the one.
That one.
So,
it's not...
Out of curiosity there, Eric.
Okay.
Is there a reason you wouldn't choose this one to kill a minion and a tower?
Isn't killing 3 minions better because I'm going to get more tower damage this turn because of it?
Yeah, that's probably true.
Okay.
Yeah, that would net you just 1 damage. Yeah.
Because each of these guys is a hit point and a control, so they're kind of like 2 hit points.
Yeah.
So you've got shenanigans there, much more. Okay.
Yep.
So now the question is, can I push this tower all the way down? So Theru's a pusher, because all my decks turn into push decks, even when I don't try to. If I kill it, I'm at 5 against your 1. So I just would need to lead for 1, so I could even lead blindly. And then I'd kill your tower. And then I bring over Shadris' Illusion to guard this guy now. Or I can move it over to guard Habarat. Kumaya's going to worship. She's totally going to be in charge of moving Shadris' Illusion. She's got nothing else to do. Okay.
Can you teleport the illusion even though it's already on the board?
I hope so.
No, you can just move it.
But can't I use it like it's a...
I will consult the manual.
Okay. Thank you.
And this is why we brought them on.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see here.
So Eric, you're thinking to just move it all the way across the board, like pick it up from its...
So, Nupton, you choose a friendly illusion token to use for the worship. This illusion can belong to any friendly Nupton hero. Place that token on a hex without miniatures within 3 hexes of the hero resolving the worship, or within 3 hexes of its current illusion's hex, if it's already in the battlefield. That's a parenthetical. So previously, the or was you could summon it or you can move it. So I think that still holds true. You can resummon it.
Yeah. Okay, so if I want to kill this tower, though, I give you the dome. That seems bad.
That puts you in a pickle next turn. You have
really
to tie or win the dome or lose.
Well, yeah. Well, that
or blow up the Nexus, I guess.
Well, and the Terror can like maneuver my Sethuru so he can get an easier double kill and stuff too, right? So I mean, there's all kinds of reasons not to lose the dome. So
this is what I'm talking about, making Eric answer questions. By the way.
Yeah, I don't like it. I want to be asked.
Not a good place to be.
I mean, making your opponent answer questions is the whole game, right?
Yeah.
So that means Sethuru has to be in the dome, which seems horrible for your first activation.
Seems like a good place for him to be.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll draw... Does redirect even help against your skirmish? I guess so. I can make you skirmish onto the outsider if he's in the dome. Oh, I gotta draw something then to help, huh?
Doesn't redirect yourself with targeting? His skirmish isn't target, right?
Whose skirmish are you talking about?
Oh, Goldbjorn doesn't target
target.
with the alternate. Yeah.
So there's no defense against it other than movement change.
Well, as long as I draw a release of spirits in response to him declaring alternate attack action, I can get rid of it, and then he's hosed, right?
Correct. That is tied to his shapeshift. Yeah.
So if I draw one of those two answers, he chooses the wrong way. Anyway, I can't let you win the dome. I've got to go in.
Yeah, I think that's just so tough. Going down 2-0 on Skytear Master.
So the question is, do I kill a minion or do some damage to Brilvar, I guess, is the answer. Are we going to kill Brilvar? He's at 17. Ugh.
I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
Chemo does it all the time.
No kidding, yeah.
All right. So we killed off those things. That was great. We will declare a move.
Can't do anything.
And I'm going to here. And sadly, I cannot get this illusion next to both of us. But I could do that if I wanted to. But that puts my guy... No, if I put it here, they're not in Goldbjorn territory. So, sure, we're going to declare a worship.
Yep.
And we're allowed to do Shadris, bring it back to Satheru, move up to 3 spaces. 1, 2. Get it here next to... Oh, that's not Habrat. Habrat's over there. I can't guard them both.
You cannot.
I could if I ran in here with Satheru. That seems
3
dumb.
hexes, right?
I can move 3 X's from here so I can get it next to Habrat, but I was trying to get it next to Habrat and Satheru.
Gotcha.
I was trying to make you ask some questions. Habrat is the one on the outside of the dome. I think that's the better one to save, so I am going to... What did I say? I said Kumaya's job was to do that. Never mind. I take back my worship. So we will...
Rewind.
Do the attack on Brilvar.
You're attacking
3
Brilvar.
plus?
Yep. 3
Okay.
plus flip piercing.
There's the redirect I really wanted to draw. Dang it.
4 damage.
Okay. And then I can still skirmish on Brilvar.
Yep, so this is 1 plus.
1 plus piercing, so 1 damage.
1 damage.
And then I am going to move not next to Brilvar, but here.
So so technically you would have moved and then done the damage, right?
Oh, sorry, you're right. So I target, I move, and then do the damage.
Yes.
Interesting. Cool, thank you. And that's the end of Satheru's turn, so now we go over to Kumaya.
Just making sure you didn't try to leave the dome after that. That would have been illegal.
Got it. That would be illegal. Yep. Thank you for telling me.
Yep.
Because that's... All right. I declare an attack against Brilvar with his 3 armor, and I have 1 attack.
Go for it.
Aha, another redirect. Perfect.
That's what you want to see.
Alrighty. So I want to get away from Brilvar so that I can do something next turn. I guess I want to get next to Vorhild in case I draw another Nightmares Incarnate or something. So I will declare a skirmish no target.
Sure.
And go here. And then I am leading with Shadris, so I don't need to do that. So I declare the worship. And now I think I determined that actually trying to save Habrat from an easy double kill is the way to go. We'll see if that holds water or not. I don't know. Hey guys, I've led once in 2 rounds this game.
It's the first time ever.
First time ever. All right. You got any You don't have shenanigans? You're
no
done.
Cards, no mana, nothing. Yep, it's all you.
Alrighty. So 1, 2, 3, 4 against 2. I win by 2. That just takes out your minions. You get
It
to
turns
put them
out you're
back
not drawing
down.
many either, Ian.
What's that?
You're not drawing many either.
That's the problem. I'm drawing.
All he's drawing is the rampant hatred to win with, right?
I mean, that's what we hope.
Yeah. All right. I get to draw a card. And then, ooh, that was a Satheru Ultimate. Let me have a turn, please. And then over here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 against your 2. Again, 2, so that's 1 minion and a tower. Got my first tower damage. And then we both get minions. And is there anything different on how the minions snap? Did something change with that?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So this guy just comes on in here.
I think I saw that it just says it moves to within line of sight. I think they just changed the wording to.
They reduced the minion movements to make the minion's phase less fiddly. When a minion loses line of sight to control, you have to reposition it.
So it can reposition in the middle of a turn, basically, if somebody tramples or guides.
Oh, it always happens.
Yeah,
so it's never out of line of sight. Okay, that's cool. That makes sense.
Cool. All right, so I get to draw a second card. See if I can draw somebody else's ultimate that'll save me. Holy cow, I did. Okay, give me a turn. I've got ultimates galore over here.
Oh, jeez.
Then the middle, I hope we tied, right? There's no reason I wouldn't have tied.
6-6. It's a tie.
6-6.
It's got to be a tie.
Yeah. So I'm not going to lose quickly on that.
So in hindsight, Golbeon should have stayed in the dome.
Yep. Absolutely.
But, oh well.
And then Hop might have been enough to go in the dome also? I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. It cascades, right?
Okay.
Place Korjoff before I draw my one card that I know what it is. Do I draw and then place
draw at the end of the turn, so you draw first.
Yep.
We both draw one card. I drew a time warp. That might save my hide.
Alright, so I need to place Korjoff.
Shifty Nuptons.
I get to go first. And Gilbjorn's really not in a good spot to play this Rampant Hatred the way Eric's moved his people around.
I mean, it's not terrible. Fine. You can move into the middle, cast it, get the free skirmish, and then take your real skirmish if you needed to. But
yeah, but where's that real skirmish going to get me?
So yeah. So you go here, hit, and then you get to go here and hit these two guys. But then, I mean, Shadris is going to soak it, so I don't think you get your double kill. I don't think.
So,
well, there's a
part
world
of me is thinking there's a
that.
world where you get onslaught this turn.
Oh,
yeah, we don't care about who gets what, right? But he doesn't. He has to kill 3 heroes though.
Onslaught.
I just have to kill.
What is Tim talking about? He's going to kill Shadris and Kumaya?
They're at full health. That seems.
No, you just kill Setharu, Shadris, and Habrat. 1 health.
Oh yeah, if Shadris is dead, then you can get the other 2. Okay.
Yeah.
So should we put Korjoff over here to help with that?
To burn down Shadris? Because none of your guys are in super danger of dying.
Korjoff's
except
in super danger of dying.
that's fair. But if he goes first, he can worship himself and get an armor at least. So there's something.
Yeah, so I think I'll put him here. I can worship and.
I mean, he also goes first. They can worship him, give him an armor, and then he can be fast and do more damage.
Yeah,
if you're actually going for the triple kill.
Because if I don't go with Gilbjorn first,
you're at risk of him doing something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's where a lot of your damage is going to come from this turn. So, like, hypothetically, you could go with Gulbjorn, move to the middle, declare your alternative action, and see if he does anything. And if he doesn't, you can come and hit Shadris for the first one, and then hit him with the second one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
No, he's against 2 armor, so it's not
yeah, that's fair.
the most efficient.
Isn't this a better spot because you hit 2 guys, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Can you throw a worship onto Korjoff before you do it to get another plus?
Worship.
You could.
Then you'd have +4 from that skirmish. Plus the 3 from
4
Hatred.
Hatred, right?
No, the Korjoff's not in line of sight, right?
Ah, correct.
So it'd just be a +7. 2 plus 7.
7 plus 2 plus 7. Yeah, that's... But the worship giving you +2 damage there is probably not as good as an attack.
I think I'm down to 7.
Yeah, and if I hit both Shadris and Habarat,
I have to make
that's
decisions.
Like double damage, right?
I mean, he probably will just let Habarat die.
I would probably let Habarat die.
You'd have to, right?
Which is fine.
All right, we're gonna go. We're gonna activate Gilbjorn. I think I'm just too afraid of you.
I think even if you didn't have the knowledge of his hand, this is what you would do.
Yeah,
I think
you set up for it. You spent the actions the previous turn to do this.
Yep.
Like, YOLO.
If this gets hosed, then you need to know it's getting hosed because this is what your plan has been.
Yeah, exactly. Then you can at least not spend 3 other activations setting it up
Yeah.
for
All
nothing.
right, so we're going to activate Kelbier. We're going to move.
Sounds good. You're good.
AP1.
And then, do we want to worship for that extra plus on Korchoff?
I think that Joe's right that it's an attack is just going to be better.
Depending on where you end up, but also gives you the versatility if he does hose this one.
Yeah.
And it also
You
gives
get
you
this
the...
position, and
So
then
we don't play our Rampant
attack.
Hatred yet. We just play. We don't show our.
No, you want the Rampant Hatred first, right?
You play Rampant Hatred, yeah.
No, you play it first. You want both skirmishes to get the plus.
Oh, that's right. It does give a bonus of +1.
Yes. Yes. Well, +3.
Yeah,
So right now you're at 6 plus.
Yep. And I get a skirmish action. So I guess as Eric, as that card resolves, I guess you have some play here if you.
Yes. Okay. So I don't actually know who you're going after. So the only thing I have is a time warp, and I do not think this is a time to try and use it. So I'm going to let that resolve and cross my fingers.
So the Rampant Hatred would resolve, and then the free skirmish action goes on the stack, which you can also respond to.
So now I can respond to that, but still, yeah, I don't.
You still don't have any information yet.
Yep.
So we're at a 7 plus right now?
6 plus.
7. Oh, 6.
6
What?
We
plus.
didn't- No, it's 6 plus because we didn't
6
work
plus.
with
Yeah,
Korchoff.
+3 and +3. Yep. Oh no, but you get +1 from Korchoff. Just being here, right?
Oh, yes.
So hear me out. We can just kill Sethru here.
Well, but the +1 doesn't get on because Korchoff's over here. If
Sure.
you're attacking Sethru.
So then we're at 6 plus?
Yeah. 6 plus to Sethru, 7
That's
plus
still
over
going to
here.
kill Sethru, right?
It should.
And Sethru is the scariest thing and the way that we lose this.
100%. 100%.
So I think that we go up 1 hex.
You go 2
oh,
hexes,
oh,
right?
2
You want to
hexes,
go to
yeah.
here.
Yep, and hit Sethru for
Yes.
6 plus.
That seems really good because then you can get over. Oh no, getting over there is.
No, you
So
can
wait,
get stuff.
How does Rampant Hatred work? It's where it was cast, right? The +3
Rampant Hatred is when it's cast.
Yeah.
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 So then if you come out here, you'll just get the plus from Brilvar
And himself.
and
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah.
But lose the Korchoff one. Anyway, okay. So this is a 6 plus that I have let happen. So go ahead and flip +0, please.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. You just watch.
Nope.
We got.
Nailed
Oh, we
it.
knew what it was even.
Oh,
Yeah, we
that's right,
did.
you know what it was.
And now he has to take the damage on Shadris for double damage or he loses the game immediately. On the second.
Oh, dag nab.
Oh, I didn't think about the double damage thing. That's hilarious.
All right, so that's a token for onslaught.
Token for Onslaught and token over here for
Yeah,
Goldburn.
for Golby.
All right, so now I'm going to declare a skirmish action.
Is there anything else you can do before that to do more damage? Nope, I don't think so, right?
No.
You have no way to move around to this much better spot over here. You just
Yeah.
got
Well, so we just moved. We
had
just
to
moved
move
with
to get
2
to
AP.
Yeah. we had
So,
to.
but there's no way
Well,
to
the
get.
skirmish and an attack left.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think it's skirmishing and then attacking Habrat again.
It's pretty darn good.
Yeah.
And we'll use the
Okay.
rage here.
So this is
Yeah.
3 from that and
5 plus.
yeah, so 5.
plus.
5 plus on both of them. You want to flip real good
You
here.
know, ultimate here.
How about 3?
Mm.
8 damage. And I have to. I lose if I let Habrat die. So I have
So
2
remember, the
armor.
8 is 6 damage.
8 plus 6 is 14.
Yeah.
Puts me at 3.
And then you get it.
And then you attack
And then I
Habrat
attack
with an attack.
I need a -1. I need a -1.
Are they in the deck?
I don't know. I don't see this side.
+1.
Oh my goodness. Now I can choose if Habrat or Shadris dies.
Nailed it.
Shadris is going to die, and you win
My
via
bloodlust.
some bloodlust.
And-
Tim called it.
And you guys thought that I wasn't able to do the triple kill this turn.
I
Come
did
on.
not consider the
Come
double
on.
damage that Shaders would. I
Yeah.
just didn't think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Goldbjorn is redonkulous.
I mean, Tim seriously was like, okay, you can like win more stuff and get more cards, or you can have a Rampant Hatred. And Tim's like, hold on, guys, that's all you need. There's 1 card in turn 3. That's it. Nothing else matters.
I've been here
You
before,
did
okay?
have.
I've been here
You did
before.
have an out.
We're going to use our Sinkhole to lead from hand, which is just like, can't be right. Can't be right until
So
it
what's
is
funny-
totally right.
Eric, if you if you sinkhole, or if you rather time warp with Setharu, then both those skirmishes just go on these two guys. I think you still lose.
Oh, I could totally have time warped Tapeworm away. Oops.
Oh, right now you could have.
Yeah, on the attack at the end. Oh well, that's fine.
Whoops.
I think
was
that you're still
awesome.
in a losing position.
Right, because now I have a guy at 3 health and a guy at 1 health, and Vorhild and Korjov can come around and destroy him. Yep.
Well, no, what you do,
She
you
just
know,
does,
yeah, it's funny. Had you lost the dome the last turn, then that's GG that way. But tying the dome, actually bought you another turn. Yeah, that would still be.
I mean, I think Kumaya goes out and takes Korjov into her palace, so it's up to Vorhild and Brilvar to get those last 4 hit points, which I think is still very doable. I have no other reactions after that, so I think it probably ends. But that was cool. I mean,
That's a really fun game.
got gold on it.
You time warp Habarat, then someone else just kills both of them somehow.
I mean, but I'm saying it has to be Vorhild because Korjov I'm taking away, right?
Or Brilvar. You should get 2 kills. It doesn't matter who does it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But I assume after Vorhild fails, whoever's still alive, if they somehow survive, runs away from Brilvar, and Brilvar probably can't get to him. But maybe not. Anyway.
Oh, I'm glad
Great
they had
game, Ian.
the hive mind, because I, like you, Eric, would have 100% would have just led.
Put the 3 on top and led it.
With not even questioned it.
I want a little bit of credit. I also questioned it.
You did. It's the hive. It's the both of you guys that both said.
I was like, maybe you keep that rampant hatred. Yeah. It's fun that it worked out, you know.
Well, Ian, as always, these have been fun and amazing games. Thank you very much for hosting.
Yeah, no problem. I'm glad. Thanks for the invite, and thanks Tim and Joe for jumping in. And
thanks for having us.
Yeah.
And maybe Eric, we'll do this again sometime.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And until next time, good night.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.